All right, we are live today. Thank you everyone for joining us. As I continue my journey, I'm here to talk about a remote cleaning service. I'm here to talk about leaving your job potentially or whatever situation you're in to start anew. And I'm grateful that everyone is here with me. I'm also documenting my journey. I have aspirations of having the largest or most viewed, I should say, live stream show in the entire world. That's a goal of mine. And I'm here showing you guys that with no experience, just the sheer will to make it happen and learning as I go in a way to make it perfect, not starting perfect, starting ugly and figuring it out. Here I am. So if this isn't enough proof, I don't know what is. I'll show you more though. I got some more proof. Um, Show topic for today is a very interesting topic, and it might even sound a bit puzzling. And the reason why is because everyone might naturally think that growing your business um, nonstop until it's just an empire is always the best move. But for a lot of people, it's not. A lot of people just want a nice little business to either generate some another stream of income or uh, to take over whatever they're whatever's paying the bills now, and that will give them more freedom. So, with that in mind, the show topic today is when to stop growing. Yes, seriously. And why smaller might make you more money. That's a very interesting thing to think about. I want to also say that it's usually when people start a business like this, they think to themselves, I want wealthy clients in giant homes. I want to clean mansions and really rake it in. But the real money is actually in the apartments and the smaller homes. The reason why is you can pump out a lot more volume. But if you have a giant 6, 7, 8,000 square foot home, it takes up a lot of cleaners. It's harder to organize them and get them all on the same page to do a big job. And typically, the really wealthy people are very picky about the way things done. It's hard to get them to trust you, and it presents a bit of a problem when you're trying to scale the business. But if you have the majority of your clients being small houses and just apartments, it becomes very easy for you to roll out a team and to grow. And also, I think that the staff, the cleaners, they like the smaller properties because the big ones can be overwhelming. And if you get 3, 4, 5 cleaners in one giant home, and sometimes they don't know each other because they're just working as individual contractors or maybe with another team, then you have to worry about how to coordinate them in the same house. But a smaller place, much easier to do. So let's talk about it a little bit. If you want me to help you start or grow your remote cleaning business, this is if you're serious about building a profitable remote cleaning business that runs without you doing the cleaning, without you involved in the day-to-day operations at some point in the near future, not right away. It's not a magic trick. I can teach you how to do that. I have a operating system that is proven and battle tested that I've scaled. We're going to do $2 million or more this year. And I'll show you some of those numbers in a second, just as proof. But you get the entire operating system and the entire training, weekly group coaching calls. You get it all, the scripts, the pricing models, the hiring systems, the automations, everything. And this is, again, this is great for a person who wants clarity, accountability, and a proven blueprint. You go to johnmargalit.com, you can find it. Very easy to access. You also get access to me on direct message on the private Discord server, and the community we built is awesome. Everybody's helping everybody. I'm very proud of it. It's really nice. And we have coaching calls once a week, and everybody participates, and everybody is pulling for everyone, and you could feel it. You could feel it. It helps. Everyone loves it. So the other way you could go, if you want me to be totally hands-on on your business and work closely together with you, me and my team, to build it correctly from day one. I'm talking about everything soup to nuts, the positioning, the pricing, the marketing, the hiring systems, the website we build for you, all this stuff. If you're serious, you can apply. I only work with people who are ready to execute. If you still have to think about it, it's not the right program for you. This is designed for people that are all in, jump in with 2 feet, and want me to go all in too. And to build this, we guarantee within 90 days, we'll get you to $10,000 in revenue. It happens much sooner, but I want to just give some sort of marker. And just email me if you have questions or if you want to apply, jon@johnmargalit.com. It's my name at my first and last name.com. There's no H in my name. Some people put an H by accident, it bounces back. Everyone knows that's been watching the show. If it's your first time here today with me, I always begin the show the same way before I dive into the topic. And I just want everyone to know that I'm here for people who feel stuck in a job or any situation they can't stand, who are tired of trading their time for a paycheck, tired of building someone else's dream. I felt that for many years. Felt like a little cog in someone's big engine. And tired of feeling like they don't have enough real options available. A lot of things sound great. Go buy a business, go start this, go start that. But by the time you figure out how much capital is required, how much time it takes to actually make money, if you have a product, you might have to do some product development or sourcing. I mean, things can take a long time. And I know because I've been exactly where you are. And I built my way out of it with a very simple remote cleaning business. And now my goal is to help you do the same. The thing about this is that it's not just about potentially starting a business. It's also about what the experience of being free does to you. And that's what makes me so passionate about this. I love that I can wake up when I want to every day. I still wake up early because I like to, but my wife and I can take our dog to the park during the day. I can go to the gym. I mean, it's just, life is so much better. And you become a different kind of person. You get so much more confidence, more clarity, more decisiveness. You have capabilities that you're not even aware that you have that come out and shine. And most of all, you become so freaking resilient. And these are all the things that you need to be and have to create real financial freedom and real freedom in your life. So I'm going to share ideas. I'm always going to give you my honest perspectives, simple frameworks about mindset, sales, marketing, decision-making, and problem solving. The things that you actually need to think and act like to be someone who can build their own future. And just as important as the tactics, I want this show to be a daily reminder that transformation is in fact possible and that you are not crazy for wanting more. And you are not alone in the journey. Everybody needs support. Everybody needs mentorship and guidance. And because real transformation always starts with the decision, we begin this show with the same question. If you don't change anything else, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing, in 1, 2, 5 years from now, you will very likely be in the same exact place, feeling the same frustration, the same lack of control, and the same resentment toward your job or any situation you're in. Maybe it's towards people. But if you committed to transforming your life, and I'm talking really committed, there's a real chance that in 5 years or less, you could be exactly where you want to be. So here's the real question. What hurts more? Continuing to endure a job or situation you hate or know is a dead end? Or enduring the discomfort of pursuing freedom and building something of your own? Because here's the truth most people avoid. The pain of staying the same has no upside. It just repeats. But the pain of trying to change, of building, of learning, of failing and trying again, at least gives you a real chance at a better life. And isn't that what this is all about? It is for me. The show topic today is when to stop growing. Yes, seriously. And why smaller might make you more money. Everyone has different goals. My goal was to build the largest cleaning service in my state. I'm well on my way. It's got some more growing to do. But some people just want to be chill. They just want to make $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month take home, and that's fine for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's all about what makes you happy and how much of a headache that you want to deal with all the time. Everyone's different. That's why I love the model, because you don't need to be big to make a really good living. Now, let me say something that sounds completely backwards in entrepreneurship, all right? Maybe you shouldn't grow forever. Maybe the goal isn't to scale endlessly. Maybe the goal isn't 100 cleaners. Maybe your goal isn't to be in 10 cities. Maybe the goal isn't a massive team and chaos and nonstop fires. Maybe the goal is control. Maybe the goal is margin. Maybe the goal is just peace. Maybe the goal is predictable recurring revenue that hits your bank account every single month, whether you feel motivated or not. And that's what I want to talk about today, because the cleaning industry has a secret that most people miss because they're distracted by scale. Let's call it scale porn on Instagram. All right. I'm just going to call it what it is. The scale porn on Instagram. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody makes it sound easy. They're all on their laptop on the beach. But a secret that most people miss because they're distracted by the scale porn on Instagram is this: recurring revenue compounds so fast, and you don't need a huge operation to take home serious money. You don't need 100 cleaners, like I said. You don't need 1,000 clients. You don't need to blow up. You just need the right number. And today I'm going to show you how to think about that number. I like to use math and logic because the numbers don't lie. Everyone knows it. And I'm also going to show you why stopping at the right point might actually be the smartest financial move you ever make. And yes, I'll show you how I can help you build that, whether you're starting from zero or already operating. I have to do that. That's part of my mission. And I'll briefly tell you why I'm documenting the entire live stream journey more, because I have something to prove. I talked about it at the beginning before a bunch of people now logged in. I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey to prove that you don't need experience, you don't need to be famous, and you don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up every day and do the work. And for me, that every day is noon here with you, and I love it. We're moving on. My first talking point today: the lie of a quote unquote more is always better. The lie of more is always better. In traditional business culture, growth is king. More revenue, more staff, more locations, more complexity. I was watching a YouTube video, and the guy who built the A1 garage door service, it's like $1 billion company now, or it's worth a fortune. Tommy Mello, something like that. He has a book out. And I mean, this guy, when they interviewed him, he knew exactly how many customer service reps he needed per square mile of coverage. The guy knew how long it would take to dispatch people by the second. I mean, this guy was dialed in. But he's nationwide, and that's what it takes to be this huge monster. He's obsessed with it, and you can tell, and that's why he has a great business. But not everybody wants that. And sometimes complexity can kill your profit margin. And margin is what you take home. You don't deposit revenue, you deposit profit. In a remote cleaning business, revenue grows in layers. One recurring client, then another, and they stack. So let's make it simple. If your average recurring client is $600 per month, and you have 30 recurring clients, that's $18,000 a month in revenue. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, $600 a month is a lot. I have tons of clients that pay $300 per visit. Now, they're larger houses, not mansions, but larger, maybe 5,000 square feet. There's a lot of those. So think about that. I mean, even if you had half of that, 15 of those, you'd be at $9,000 a month in revenue. And everybody knows that the overhead to run this business is little to nothing. You don't need an office. You don't need supplies or products. I run it all right here from my home office / studio. Now, let's say after paying the cleaners, the marketing, the software, and the overhead, you keep 30 to 40%. It's actually probably lower than that. Let's just say 25% just to be safe and fair. I mean, that's $3,000 to $4,000 a month you're taking home. I mean, this is significant revenue coming in with just 15 clients or 30 clients, not 300. But then imagine 50 recurring clients. And now imagine 70. You see how fast it stacks? It's a phenomenal model. Number two, my second point here. This is what people don't emotionally grasp, I think, because you don't have to restart every month. You don't wake up at zero every day. You wake up with a base. Recurring clients are like bricks. Each one locks into the structure, right? So eventually you look up and think, when did this become stable? That's when business stops feeling scary. That's when it starts feeling real. And that's when you get to choose. Do I want to grow or do I want to optimize? Because optimizing 40 to 60 recurring clients can absolutely produce six-figure take-home income, especially in higher income markets. So that's what you have to ask yourself. If you want to be a guest of the show, please DM me on Instagram at John Margalit, or you can actually, that's the only way. You can DM me at John Margalit on Instagram. We'll send you a code. You can come up. I already see there's a spammer in the audience, and that's why we don't put the codes up. I also see a comment. I see some comments. Hi, Lindsay. Welcome back to the show. Rick here. Thank you, Rick, for joining us. And Lindsay says, I love apartments and smaller homes. Yep, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. And I love a better life. That's why we're all here. Thank you for sharing. And I have a Goda Ifruda 427 started a remote cleaning business in a 40K city in central Washington, December 2025. Revenue was $1,500 to $3,000 to $2,600. Should I stay focused here or expand to nearby areas? Oh, that's a great question. Stay focused. You should easily be able to get that to $10,000 or more. 40,000 people is plenty. You got to figure it at a 46. Hey, Nelson, thanks for joining us. You got to figure if you're in a 40,000 population city, there's at least 8,000 homes and or apartments. I mean, you only need 30 of them. You only need 30 people. I think it's plenty. It's a great question. Great question. Smart. Stay where you are. Keep growing. When you get to 15, 20,000, then think about maybe growing a little bit further out. If you're answer me this one question, please. If you're doing the cleaning yourself, I need to know, or if you've grown out of that and now you just oversee the business and you have teams cleaning for you. Some people start this business doing the cleaning themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it will grow faster if you don't. You don't need to necessarily be an expert in the actual field and in cleaning. I never was, and I've been on very, very few jobs. The only jobs I ever go to are the big hoarder house ones, so I can make content for you guys, and I find them fascinating. And the clients get emotional. Sometimes they often get combative because we're taking things away that they feel like they really need, even if it's trash. Unbelievable. It's crazy, but it happens. You want to come up? You want to be my guest on the show? Please send me a DM on Instagram at John Margalit. The mod will shoot you a code. You can use it to come on up. Goda says, I hire cleaners as independent contractors. I don't clean. Excellent. That's great. If you're doing that, you're on the right track, but you've got to scale. What I want to know from Goda, and if you could come up on stage and have a little chat with me, it would be so helpful for you and for the audience, because you're asking really good questions. I would like to ask you more questions like, how are you marketing? What sort of lead flow do you have every day? How did you establish it? I'm willing to bet that you're probably just working on referrals and you probably don't have a consistent flow, steady flow of leads coming in. That's my guess. And there's nothing wrong with that too. But if you want to grow the business efficiently, you got to learn how to advertise. I mean, that's the bottom line. All right. If you want to come up, please be my guest. I'd love to have you up. I'm going to show you guys some proof. I think it's so important. I try to do this every show. I forgot yesterday. If you're going to even watch somebody on YouTube, let alone take their course or join their online community or whatever it is, their school community, you should probably make sure that they're actually generating the numbers that they say they're going to generate. I mean, how can somebody teach you how to build $1 million company if they don't have $1 million company or if they never built one? And when I look around the space, I'm going to keep it classy here. I'm not going to call any names out, but I don't see anybody that's doing nearly what I'm doing. If they did, they would want to show you like I do. So let me show you, because I'm proud of it. I worked hard to get it here. Let's do a screen share. Let's see what we got for you today. Let's do a little bit of proof, and we'll come right back to the topic at hand. If you could see my screen, please let me know. I just want to know everybody can see it. You should be able to see it now. You're in Jobber. You're inside my dashboard. You're inside my dashboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to reports down here. Reports. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to run a transaction report for you. And I want to show you what's happening today inside my business. We'll take a look at yesterday as well. Today's not done yet. But if we do a custom range, and we see here it's February 26th, and the end date is, let's do the 25th, actually, yesterday. All right, 25th, and we hit filter. You can see, and this is credit card processing only. This does not include cash or checks or Zelle. We had another about 800 or so come in. So we did over $7,000 just yesterday. Now let's check today. It's barely 12:30. It's not even 12:30 yet. Let's see how we're doing today. Let's go up. Let's hit the 26th through the 26th. I'll go ahead and zoom out. I'll filter again. And we're already at $6,000. I did see a couple Zells come in as well. So we're probably at 6,300, and it's 12:27 p.m. Now, if somebody can show you that, then you can learn a lot. But if somebody says, you know, I built my mom one and retired her, and they can't show you anything. You know, Brianna said to me the other day that, oh, it's not showing? No one can see it? Huh. Mod, can you see it? Can you see this? I want to make sure that we show the proof. There it is. Can everybody see it now? Everybody see it? 26th to the 26th. 5,998 is the revenue today. 12:30. Yesterday, 25, we filter. And at the end of the day, we had $6,292 processed. Does not include Zelle, check, or cash. I don't really take cash, because then the cleaners have to deal with it. I don't go to the jobs. But this is real. This is what's happening. Let's just check out a quick 30-day average, and then we'll come back to the show, come back to the regularly scheduled program here. 30-day average, I'm running, it's been slow, but I'm running at about 150,000, because you're not seeing the checks or the Zells. Some of my best Airbnb clients pay through Zelle. I try to keep it off of platform because I pay a processing fee when they use their credit card. And when people are paying you for 10 properties a month, the amounts get large, and I pay a lot of fees. So I try to make it all Zelle. And of course, Zelle, you get it instantly. People have to remember, that getting money, the goal of the operation is to not only get as much money as you can, but to get as much money as you can as fast as you can. There's a lot of business models out there that sit on accounts receivable. It builds up. They chase people to pay invoices. That's a horrible model. I hate that model. I don't want to spend my time chasing people. I love this model. People pay up front before the work begins when they book. Or if the clean is 3-4 weeks out, we run their card a day or two before. But we collect all the cash up front. Normally, it's right when they book. It's done. All right. That's enough proof. You see the proof. Pretty simple. But I want to share one more thing. I want to share something personal. You know, I talked about this before. When I first started my remote cleaning business, I was working 2 jobs. I woke up really early in the morning. That's probably why I'm conditioned to do that right now. And I stayed up pretty late. I got about 5 hours of sleep a night, maybe 4.5. Because I wanted to get out of being under the control of a boss or bosses. I hated the feeling. I hate it. I don't like being told what to do, and I don't like working for other people. I just don't. I like working with people, but I don't like working for people. And I tell everybody in my company, you don't work for me. You work for yourself. We all work for the company. Now, I started the business. What happened? Started growing much faster than I anticipated, but I found myself in a very tough spot. I was born with a genetic disease called ulcerative colitis. Some of you might know its cousin called Crohn's disease. And you know you have it when you go to the bathroom and blood comes out. I know it's graphic, just sharing my story. I lost my battle with this disease. I had my colon removed. I had 5 major surgeries. I was in and out of the hospital for weeks. I live in Nevada. I had to get flown to LA for the surgeries because the specialists there are much better. I had one person helping me at the time, one VA and my wife. And I was scared. I was scared because I'd put so much work into the business and it was hitting $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 a month. And then all of a sudden I was in the hospital. But I brought my laptop. I got to work. And the company not just survived, it grew faster while I was in the hospital. I had nothing else to do. I had no distractions. I was laying in the bed and all the nurses thought I was absolutely insane. I was literally walking down the hall of the hospital with a walker. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to show it to you. Picking up my cell phone and saying, "Thank you for calling Happy Home Helpers. This is John and I can help you." In a gown, with a colostomy bag on, walking with my IV, answering the phone. If I can build the business that way, you can build it from your living room. If anybody wants to be a guest on the show, please DM me at John Margalit on Instagram. I'd love to have you up. I see here, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, thank you. Like and subscribe. I got to remember to say that. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Brianna. Like and subscribe. Give me a shout out. That would be great. A share. But I'd love for you guys to like when you're on here. I just forget because I get very into this stuff. All right, let's keep it moving. I appreciate the support. I want to show you one thing. I want to show you what that looked like, what happened to me. I shared it on Instagram. I'm going to show it to you real quick because I want to bring the story to life. All right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen one more time and I'm going to share my Instagram. What I'm about to show you right now is me before the surgery, the first surgery. All right. Can everybody see it? That's me right there. I was about 156 pounds in the gym every day, all day. Not all day, but for a while. And after the first surgery, that was what I turned into. Can everybody see that? I lost 40 something pounds. This is actually a couple weeks after I'd put on a little bit more weight. My wife said that I looked like a skeleton. She could see the shoulder and back bones in my body coming through. But it didn't stop me. The business didn't slow down. It kept growing. This is real. This is real. This is what happened to me. I was in intensive care. My sister was there with me. I've got tubes up my nose, but I'm sitting there working, and here I am in the hallway. I had to hide my phone in my gown pocket because the nurse wouldn't let me answer. But this is the hallway I just described to you. This is how I grew the business. All right. Thank you for letting me share that with you. It reminds me of, all the things that I had to do to get to this point. And I'm so happy that I could take all those experiences, all that knowledge and wisdom that I picked up by just grinding, and I get to share it. Point number 3. Here's the real answer. If you stop growing when growth starts, let me say that again. If you stop growing when growth starts reducing your lifestyle instead of improving it. So you stop growing when growth starts reducing your lifestyle instead of improving it. There we go. Problem getting that thought out. You stop growing when growth starts reducing your lifestyle instead of improving it. If adding more clients requires you to manage chaos, requires more middle managers, requires you to re-enter operations, if it reduces your margin, and heck, if it increases your stress, then growth is no longer strategic. It's just ego. That's it. There is nothing wrong with building a clean, remote, systemized operation with 40 to 50 clients that runs without you and deposits 6 figures annually in your bank account. That's not small. That's intelligent. You always hear about don't work harder, work smarter. That's what that is. If you want to be a guest on the show, please DM me at John Margalit. I'd love to have you up. This business model works because it's leverage. You're not trading your time for money, building consistency. And the beauty is that you can build it gradually while you're working, like I did, without quitting your job tomorrow, without risking everything. You stack the clients, you stabilize, you document your processes, you improve your retention, and over time, you increase your prices, just like everything else in the world. That's how this becomes powerful. And since knowledge is power, I'm going to give you some right now. If you're starting from scratch, I'll help you build this foundation properly. If you already have a cleaning business, I'll help you increase your margins. I'll help you price correctly. I'll help you improve the retention and ultimately build the systems so that you're not stuck in the operations. The whole goal, everybody's goal, is to build a business that runs without them. And thank God I figured that out. One offers structured training with operating systems and coaching, and the other one is a hands-on build and scale. But the outcome is the same. A systemized, profitable remote cleaning business. No chaos, no guessing, and no endless YouTube videos, unless you're watching mine. Just proven systems. Any comments or questions? Would anybody like to come up? I'd love to get some engagement here, just because I'm here for you. And if you come up, that would be great. Also, if you have any topics that you want me to cover, if you want me to have my next show about something that you've been struggling with or something that you feel like maybe has you stuck, please let me know. I always do a quote of the day. And I also ask questions to the audience. So here are my questions for the audience today. All right. How many recurring clients would change your life right now? I mean, even if you had 20 or 10, it'd probably change your life a little bit. And when I say change your life, I don't mean like, oh, you're going to be chartering your own plane. I mean, you might be able to pay your car note and your insurance without coming out of pocket. Maybe your pet is getting expensive and it pays for that. Or maybe you stuff it away and you take a vacation. Maybe you put it in the stock market. It's hitting record highs every day. If anybody uses the Acorns app, my wife patiently has been using the Acorns app for about 5.5 years. She finally hit the $5,000 mark. Thought that was a pretty cool journey on her part. It's crazy how much the right partner can help you in business and in life. You know, being an entrepreneur and not having a guide or a mentor, you wake up every morning and you have to decide what the best use of your time is. Or let me rephrase that. What's the best return you're going to get for what you spend your time on? And it's not always easy to figure out. There are many days, And I hope to lessen this where I work all day on something and then I scrap it, or I choose not to use it, or somebody that knows the topic better than me tells me it's no good. We have more comments here. Lindsay says, Annette says, are you on tomorrow? I sure am. I'm traveling tomorrow. I'm driving to California, San Diego for a funeral. One of my best friends passed. But I'm still going to be live. I'm going to take my smaller mic. I'm going to set up my laptop. It's not going to look like this tomorrow. I rented a house. So I'll be in a house. I almost said hotel. And we'll do the show live from there. Annette says, your mic is coming in and out. No sound now. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Mod, let me know. Lindsay says, full schedule on top of full-time job. That's right. Lindsay says, I had 17 in Reno, so I'll say 17. That did well for me. 17 clients she had, and she did well. 17 clients. All is perfect. My mod says, all is perfect. Good. Thank you, Taj. Questions for the audience. Something to think about here. What number would make you feel safe every month? Meaning, how much money do you have to take home every month to feel safe and secure? Pay your bills, put a little bit away, pay off the credit card or pay something towards it. I'm really curious. If you could share with me, that'd be great. How much money, not that you want, but how much money makes you feel safe? I think feeling safe is everybody's goal. First and foremost, we want security in our lives for us and our families. Lindsay says 7K growth hub. So once I'm studied, I would like to come on the show and maybe ask some few questions and share my experience. Absolutely. You absolutely should. I would love to have you up. Goda says 8K. John says 10K would make me feel extremely safe. All right. These are all achievable, you guys. All achievable. Rick Benson says 10 to 25K net. I like it. Rick's in a different stage of life and has a little bit more wisdom and lived experience than some people on here. Rick is actually a very wise and seems to be a really competent entrepreneur and knows his way around valuing the business and seeing if it's a good fit. I'm looking forward to working with some of you that just joined and everybody else that's thinking about it. Are you chasing growth or are you chasing stability? I'll say it again. Are you chasing growth or are you chasing stability? Here's Brianna saying 6K. Hey, you're being honest. You know, if 6K does it for you and makes you feel safe, let's get you there. All right, let's get you there. The next question I wrote down is, if you had 50 solid recurring clients, would you still want 200? If you had 50 and life was good, you felt safe, you had the credit card under control, both need that growth for stability. Yeah. But if you had 50 solid clients recurring, would you still want to grow to 200? Or would you just keep it nice and small and tight? If you go to 200, you're going to be dealing with more things. Lindsay says, yes, she would. I thought for a while when I had this business sort of humming at less clients, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to see how big I can do this. I'm going to test my limits. I'm just going to go all out. Last question I had, what does your ideal lifestyle actually require financially? So this isn't what makes you feel safe. This is more about the things that you want in life, the ideal. Maybe you want a vacation home somewhere. Maybe you want to live out in a ranch style house and you just want to be left alone. Goda says, I want 200 clients. I'm with you, Goda. I'm with you. I love attracting like-minded people. Everyone that's listening today, I feel like we're all doing the same thing, working towards the same thing. Eventually, I'll start a club, some sort of network where we all meet talk to each other. I got this invite on Instagram. Actually, it was an ad, not an invite. And it was for Entrepreneur Dinner Club, EDC. I think I talked about this before on the show. I went to dinner with 10 strangers. It was one of the most fun nights I've ever had. It was really cool. And I have a bunch of new friends now. It's $50 a month to be a part of it. And then you have to pay for your own dinners. $50 a month. That's a really good $50 well spent. Lindsay says she wants a Croatian vacation home. Would be great. Yeah, I would love to go to Croatia. All right, I always have a quote of the day. But before the quote, I have one last question. Are you trying to impress people or build peace? Are you trying to impress people or do you just want to build peace? I know my mom was trying to impress people for a long time. She was a wealthy woman at one point. Her parents are Holocaust survivors. They came to the United States. They did very well for themselves, and she inherited a lot of money. Unfortunately, some bad decisions and a little bit of family drama, and the money is gone. All of it. But she no longer wants to impress people. She just wants peace. So I've seen it both ways. Quote of the day. If we could put the quote up, please, that'd be great. Sorry for sharing so much personal stuff, but I feel like, we're at this point now. We have this sort of relationship where I can share my personal stuff. You can see me in the hospital. If you could put up the quote of the day, Taj, that'd be great. Again, the topic of today's show is when to stop growing. Yes, seriously. And why smaller might make you more money. I'm looking at the screen. It's a Buddhist proverb. Enough is a feast. Let that sink in. Enough is a feast. We also have a clip from Alex Ramosi. I love bringing Alex on the show, our special guest, Alex. It's $5,000 to go to his workshop here in Vegas. I feel tempted to go, but I haven't gone yet. We have a clip from Alex. Rick Benson says, once you know the answer to the first 3 questions, you can answer the amount and type of clients you desire. Rick's absolutely right. That's a good point. It's a good point. I only have 1 like right now. It would help the show go more viral and spread if we get some more likes and comments. I would really appreciate it. That would be great. Show me some love. Taj, you have that clip from Alex Ramosi? I'll wait for Taj to get it fired up. In the meantime, I'll keep moving on. Oh, there's Alex again, our special guest, Alex. Let's go ahead and play this clip. I try to find the best one.
He'd been working on his business for 6 months. I said, how many hours a day? He said 4 hours a day. I said, okay. How much money did you make? He said, not much. And I was like, okay. Well, clearly your 4 hours is bullshit because how could you not make money? I was like, well, how many people did you reach out to during those 4 hours? He's like, well, none. And I was like, well, then what did you do? There's only 3 things you can do. Talk to people one-on-one, you make content about shit, or you run ads. That's it. Not enough people know who you are, which is why you don't get enough new customers, or the people who buy from you aren't worth much because you can only grow a business by selling more people or making them worth more. That is it. The guy said he'd been working on his business.
Okay. You can only sell more people, or you can raise your prices. I say do both. Interesting clip from Alex. He seems to be really good at giving us these short nuggets, tons of insight. His books are good reads. I want to remind everybody of what we talked about yesterday, and I want to tell you guys about the Essentials Plan. What I've done is I found a clever way to package custom hourly cleaning. So if somebody is buying cleaning service from me and they want to get their whole house done, I charge 1 flat rate. So I don't want them to have to think about what's included, what's not. I want to remove all the friction. Remove all the friction from the buying decision and have 1 clear flat rate. They don't have to worry about how much time's passed. They don't have to watch the clock. But if they're only getting certain rooms of the house done, Sometimes people call and say, I have 4 bathrooms. I need my bathrooms cleaned. I have guests coming. I just need the bathrooms cleaned. Then I charge them hourly because there's no way for me to calculate based on the square footage. I don't know how big the bathrooms are. So what ends up happening, I send cleaners out, or a cleaner. I charge $68 per hour per cleaner. And I noticed something. A lot of people that we asked after their first job with us to buy a recurring package or to get on the schedule every week, every 2 weeks, once a month, the people that didn't want to move forward with that were happy with the service, they kept saying the same thing. And I was noticing the same pattern. We don't have quite enough money to have you come twice a month, but we'd love to have it. So I started asking questions. If we came and we could only spend half the time, what would you want us to do there? And people said things like kitchen, bathrooms, floors. Those were the 3 main things. People never stop pooping. Bathrooms always need to be cleaned. Showers need to be cleaned. Floors get dirty. I don't know if you're like me and most Asian families I know, we take our shoes off at the front. We don't walk with shoes in our house. We think it's kind of gross. Some people don't care. My sister doesn't care. It's fine. If you have kids, probably a tougher battle. So what I did is I took what we were already selling people, a custom hourly job, meaning you get to pick what you want us to do in a time block. For $188, you get up to 3 hours of cleaning. So I started calling it the Essentials Plan. So we emailed all those people that said they would love to get recurring service, but they couldn't quite afford it. I said, instead of paying $230 a visit, what if we came for $168 or $178 and we just did the floors and the bathrooms? And guess what started happening? People started saying yes. Revenue went up. Lifetime value of customers went up. Profit went up. Remember, your most costly jobs are your first time, unless you got the customer from a referral. If you got the customer through advertising, then there's a cost associated with that customer. Only the first time, though. After that, it's gravy. So I made up this thing called the Essentials Plan. It's the same thing as a custom hourly clean that we've been selling for 5 years, but everybody loves it. Just reframing. That's it. Now, let me land this clearly, all right? Let me land this clearly. So if you have a cleaning business, try it. For anybody that says they can't afford regular service, ask them if they just want to do the essentials. All right, I'm going to try to land this clearly. This is sort of like my closing thoughts on this whole, you don't need to grow your business huge. Sometimes it's better to not. You don't need to build a massive cleaning empire. What you need is recurring revenue, strong margins, simple systems, and enough clients to hit your personal financial target. This might be 30 clients. It might be 50 clients. It might be 70 clients, but it's not 500 clients. It's not. You had 500 clients, you would be making a boatload of cash. And the remote cleaning model is uniquely powerful because it scales in layers. It doesn't require inventory, doesn't require a brick and mortar storefront. It doesn't require you doing the manual labor, cleaning the houses. And it can totally run without you because I'm talking to you and there's probably 10 to 12 houses being cleaned right now by us. You know, we had about 30 today on the schedule. Let's check it out, actually. Let's check back and let's recheck. Let's see if there was any activity here. All right. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. I'm going to do one more check. We're going to check back. Can everybody see it? Taj, if you can make sure it's up. We're going to do a custom range, we're going to choose the 26th. We're going to choose the 26th. We're going to go back, and it looks like we're still right under $6,000 of processed deals. All right. Not bad. Not bad for not even 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Not bad. If you want a business that cranks like this, I can show you how to build it. And if you want it to crank like this and you want it to run without you, I'll teach you how to do it. It's pretty powerful. That is leverage. I could have been at the gym. I could have been at the park. I mean, I could be sleeping right now, still making money. Remember, Warren Buffett said, you ought to find a way to make money while you sleep. That's when you become wealthy. You get leverage, and leverage is real freedom, time freedom, financial independence. There's a difference between making a lot of money, becoming rich, and becoming wealthy. I like the vehicles that build wealth. And if you can build it to run on its own and generate an income stream for you that becomes somewhat passive, because you still have to oversee the business. You still have to step in once in a while. It's not, we're not in La La Land. It's not a magic business. But then you could go on and do other things. It led me to this. It led me to creating content and me discovering that I really feel like this is my calling. And if you build it correctly, it becomes calm, not flashy, not chaotic, calm. And calm businesses win long-term. If today shifted your perspective and you realized that a relatively small, well-run remote cleaning business could produce six-figure take-home income, then this model should feel lighter, more doable, more real. And if you want help at building that, you know where to find me. But whether you work with me or not, remember this. Growth is optional. Profit is not. Peace is not. Control is not. But if you build intentionally, you stack recurring revenue, you stop when it serves your life, and then you show up tomorrow. Because consistency in business and in life compounds faster than we think. It says, Adriano says, hi, John, nice seeing you. Oh, okay. I thought it said I can't see you. Hi, Adriano. Hey, Adriano and I met at the Jobber Summit. Adriano is a very impressive remote cleaning business owner. He's over $1 million. He went to Debbie Sardoni's private group. He was honored there with the green jacket for being over the $1 million mark annually. Adriano is a very impressive guy. I learned a lot. I love talking to other cleaning business owners. We share things. We bounce things off of each other. I got Adriano a virtual assistant. Trained his virtual assistant. Worked out really well. I met a lot of cool people at the Jobber Summit. It was really cool. In fact, I think it just happened again yesterday. I couldn't attend, but it did again happen yesterday. If you want to be a guest on the show, Adriano, if you want to come up and talk, give me an update on how you're doing. I'm sure everybody would love to hear from another multi-million-dollar cleaning business owner. Would love to have you up. And Adriano says, yes, I am. Hit 2 million this year. I love it. And she's still with me, the VA. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Adriano spent a little bit of money with me, but it worked out. I think so. Adriano, if you want to come up and you want to share any stories, I'd love to have you up. You can be on camera or not. It's up to you, but camera's always more entertaining. Oh, you're very welcome, Adriano. I'm really glad that you came on the live. I'm so glad to see your name. I almost didn't recognize that it was you. In fact, Adriano's in one of my testimonials on my website. I created a guide, a free guide. It's not a guide. I would say like it's more of like my perspective on why most businesses fail before anybody ever really makes any money. You can download it on my website. And it basically shows you the common businesses that people pick and why the model works against you. I mean, there's a reason why most restaurants fail. There's a reason why restaurants fail at a higher clip than anything else. It's complex. I mean, you need to make food at scale, hot for many people, or cold, whatever you're doing, but it's got to be consistent. That's tough. Easier ways to make money. I'm almost done for the day. I would love to have a guest. If you want to come up, please DM me on Instagram at John Margalit. If you want to apply to be in my 90-day build program, please shoot me an email, jon@johnmargalit.com. You can probably find a link to an application on my website. I'm waiting for someone to come up, but I don't see anything today. All right, I'll wait till next time. If you haven't hit the like button, please like and share and subscribe if you haven't yet. I hope that every day when I come up, I can give you a little piece of inspiration, motivation, maybe something tactical that you could take away. But just know that if you decide to come into the business, it can be what you want it to be. It can be a small, nice, tight thing, or you can grow it as big as you want. It's up on the screen, johnmargalit.com. I think I had one more thing to share with you guys today, but I'm having trouble remembering it. Go to this. How much is it? How much is which one? I'll tell you both. So the operating system plus the weekly group coaching and the online community, that's everything you need to build a very successful remote cleaning business, is only $997. That's it. The 90-day build intensive is $8,997. And it's worth way more. The reason why is because you can make that money back very quickly, and then you can run with the business. You're paying for proximity. I'm putting my hands on your business. I'm growing it with you. I'm building your website. I'm setting up your marketing, all your systems, all your automations. I'm showing you how to get your first clients. I'm teaching you how to speak to them on the phone. And I'll bring in a VA. I'll train your VA. And I'll teach her how to run it for you. If you just need a VA, let me know. I do that service. I also build websites if you need a cleaning business website. But if you just have one of the parts or two of the parts, it doesn't work. You need to have the 3-4 parts working cohesively as a unit. That's when you convert. Remember yesterday, we had some people, or the day before, that were paying money for ads, but the ads weren't converting. And then we identified really quickly what that person needed to work on to improve. Thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay just joined my group. It was her first group coaching call last night. I think she had a good time. It was eye-opening. All right, I'm done for the day. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for staying with me for the hour. I can't be more grateful than I am. Every single person that's here with me, I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you want me to answer any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram, shoot me an email. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the road from my Airbnb. Have a good one.